I'm Lilia, your nutrition coach and personal trainer. Let me show you what I use in my kitchen to do food prep. Food prep is a time-consuming event, but it can be easier if you have everything ready on your kitchen. Let's see what I've got here. Number 1, scale. If you are on your journey to lose weight, without a scale it's going to be hard to do because you will not know what 3, 4, 5 ounces of chicken or fish will look like. How would you know then how much protein you take throughout the day? And that is important. So the kitchen scale is available everywhere and you can find it at any store just about. You will need one. Let's go ahead and look at the containers where we're gonna place our food. In order for you to eat the food, it has to be easy accessible. And if you are working, if you are running all over the place with your kids, and if your food is stored in a large containers like this one, you may not have enough time to scoop it out and bring it with you to work or to any other place. Or even eat it at home because you are too busy and it's too hidden. So you need to make it accessible, easy to see in your fridge, when it's nicely packed in a glass container so you can stuck it in a microwave and warm it up safely without the chemicals leaking into your food. So you can buy those again anywhere and there is a variety of options. You just find one you like. You can use round containers, you can use rectangular containers. Some of them have a separator. I myself personally like without the separator because I can store my protein separately, my carbohydrates separately, and then I can have a choice. If today I want chicken with vegetables, then tomorrow I may like chicken with rice or sweet potato. So choice is a wonderful thing. Next, you do need some plastic containers as well because it's easier to mix things in. Like for example, I would like to cook some asparagus with olive oil. And in order for me to mix olive oil and asparagus, it's nice to shake it right over here and it's going to evenly distribute in your vegetable and come out of the oven just very nice and tasty. Finally, let's take a look at this container. What can go over here? If you just buy vegetables at the store and put it in a bag in the fridge and you forget about it, and next thing you know, it went bad and you didn't even got a chance to get to it. So, you came to this from the store, you wash it, you cut it, you put it inside, you close the container, put it in the fridge so you can see it. Then you're gonna eat it. Next, let's take a look at what we use to prep our food, to actually cook it. Well, crock-pot. Crock-pot is easy because it does the job when you don't. You just put that food inside in the right amount, exactly what you want, and turn it on, and a few hours later it's ready for you. Next, the KitchenAid has a variety of fun tools which can make your life easier, like meat grinder, for example. Yes, you can buy grounded chicken or turkey at the store. Of course, it's easy. But what if you wanna grind something with that? For example, you wanna put some vegetables inside your meatballs or chicken balls, I guess. So what if you wanna add something? Well then, KitchenAid will help you to do that. That meat grinder beautifully does the job. And it's fairly fast and does not require a whole lot of physical input. Next, let's talk about utensils. Utensils are very important, especially knives. If you don't have a good knives, you're not gonna wanna cut that potato, sweet potato, right? Carrots. What else is out there very hard? Any kind of vegetables, root vegetables can be fairly hard. So without a good knife, you will not want to do it, and then you're not going to get those wonderful nutrients into your body. So get the knives. That's going to do a wonderful thing for you. Scissors. Your herbs, fresh herbs from your garden. The best when you cut it with the scissors. Then you save all the vitamins inside and they're not going into the cutting board. little device is wonderful to peel your sweet potatoes, for example. Just saves a lot of time. Let's move on. All the measuring tools. We have spoken about the scale first, but let's see what other things can help us to figure out how much of what. Those little cups, quite important. If you're not measuring your grains, rice for example, or quinoa first, if you never measured it and you never looked at the label, you might be surprised that just as much as 1/3 of the cup of rice can give you pretty much your requirements of the carbohydrates for one meal. So 1/3 of the cup of rice, about 23 grams of carbohydrates. So that can easily go against if it is extra or double or triple. As you understand, it's easy to miss it if you do not know how much it actually looks like. So you measure first, then you can eyeball it. You don't have to measure it no more. All the measuring cups, of course, we need those. So when we prepare our food, frying pan, get one which is safe to use. It does not leak chemicals into your food. And if you have a scratch on your frying pan, it's time to replace it. It served you well, it's time to go. Get a new one. And look what are the best ones out there, because the surface area which you heat on a stove is potentially if there is any kind of breakdown on the surface, or if that surface is not friendly for humans to use, and of course it was cheap, and of course it was nice, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on it, but is it worth it to get the chemicals inside your body, which, you know, we can talk a lot about what they can do. So get a good pan, spend maybe more than you want, but enjoy a health on your plate after that, but not the chemicals. Next, let's move on. So those things you put, pans and pots you put in the oven. Iron pans are wonderful, but unfortunately, if you have anemia, for example, may not be the best choice. So look for other ones. You look for ones which have some coating, like enamel coating. Okay? And small pan can avoid to use the microwave. You warm it up just a little bit, just for yourself, and then you just gonna first get more nutrients. Second, it's gonna taste better. It is actually tastes better if you warm up food on a stove, but not in a microwave. All right, but obviously you cannot do it when you're at work, but at home you can. And that is about it. One more thing which I missed here is a little bags. That was a surprise to me when I first found it. And I found it at the dollar store, surprisingly. Those little bags have actually measurement on it, which is gonna tell you how much you put inside of your bag. For example, nuts. I know, and you know, it's easy to overeat those almonds. Those who love almonds, they have a challenge with them. If they start, they have a hard time to finish. And they get in front of that TV and here it goes, right? So, 1/2 ounce of almonds contains 7 grams of fat. We need to be mindful that is a portion size for a female of average size, 7 grams of fat if you want to keep your macros in check. What is 7 grams of fat? It's 1/2 ounce, or not a little baggie. It's 1/2 ounce of nuts. It's about, depending on the amount of size of nut, it can be 6, it can be 8, it can be 10. Smaller, obviously more. So you put those yummies inside the bag and you zip it and bring it to work with you, and guess what? You're gonna eat just as much as you need. You're not gonna overeat. So it's easy for those who just at the beginning of their journey and need to learn how to discipline themselves. If you have just enough, you eat just enough. And now we're gonna go ahead and get started with our food prepping.